and yet by the end of the day, it feels like I've drifted apart from my goals. I really didn't have a meaningful day. And they asked me my advice, and what I'd say to you is, there's so many things that can distract you today. I mean, there's your family, there's your friends, there's obviously your work, and all the things that you're involved. There's social media. But distraction is the drain to your future. It's the drain to your fortune. It's the drain to your future fortune. Distraction, concentration of power is what makes anyone successful. You see anyone who's really good, they may do a lot of things now, but they got there by first just focusing and getting really good at something and then expanding their skills. Trying to do everything at once, the idea of multitasking, all the research shows you're not as effective. So I really believe you gotta concentrate, you gotta focus, and you also gotta train your brain to be emotionally fit. So many people talk about, emotional intelligence, and I think it's beautiful. But emotional intelligence is a capability. You're capable of, let's say, taking action, but oftentimes you don't. You're capable, you know what to do, you know what's right, but you don't always do what you know. And so what you really need is emotional fitness. Fitness is a state of readiness. Like, you're ready to rock and roll, you're there, you're engaged. It's not a capability that's somewhere in the back of your mind. And so the way I do that is, I don't hope I'm gonna have a good day, I prime myself. Now, priming is a psychological term that you may or may not be familiar with, but what it really means is most of us, we think that our thoughts and our actions come from ourselves, that we all have free will, and we do have free will. But most of us are not exercising it because the environment tends to prime your brain to think a certain way, to act a certain way, behave a certain way. I'll give you just two quick examples. I often share this in seminars. They did a research project where they take 100 people in a quad area university, and they hired two actors who do the exact same presentation over and over again. And what they do is they walk up to you and they say, "Excuse me," and they're holding a cup of coffee, and they start to hand it to you, and they look away. And 99% of the people, when the coffee's coming at them, they take it, and then they reach in their pocket, they pull out their phone, they handle something, put it back in their pocket, and they say, "Thank you very much." That's all they do. 45 minutes later, a person comes by in the same area with a clipboard and $20, and they walk up to the person and say, "Listen, I'll give you $20 for 90 seconds of your time, 2 minutes max. Would you be able to read these 4 paragraphs of the story? Just answer these 2 questions." Well, 98% of the people usually take it, and when they take it, they read the story, and then here's what's interesting. Half the people were given iced coffee at the time it was handed 45 minutes earlier. Half the people were getting hot coffee. They read the exact same story, all 100 people. But 81% of the people that had an iced coffee say the answer, what was the main character like? How would you describe the characteristics of the personality? 81% use the word cold, that they're cold or uncaring. The people that give it a hot coffee, 80%, only 1% difference, say the individual who they were reading about, same exact story, was warm and connected. So this is primed from 45 minutes earlier. Most people living in the United States know that traditionally, it's not true, but traditionally we've been taught that, men are better at math and sciences. They're not. There's just more men in it with cultural conditioning and reinforcement. We also have been taught that people in Asia very often are considered to be better at the math and sciences. And again, it has nothing to do with genetics or ethnicity. It has to do with the conditioning of the culture, where education is so valued there, and especially sciences. The kids are trained to do their homework and held to high standards on a larger scale very often. At least that's the impression that people have. As a result, Harvard did a study where they took a group of females and gave them this SAT test, math test. But all they did was change one question at the front of the test to change the scores completely across the board. And the question number one was, what is your ethnicity? Or the other question was, what's your gender? The people that were asked what's your gender, and they said female, they scored 11% lower than the same group of people, same level of intelligence, who are also women, but were asked what's your ethnicity, and they were all Asian. And so as a result, you can change 11% either side, 11% up or down, just by one question before someone takes a test. So I want you to get, do you remember, the IBM commercials versus the Mac commercials? They did a study where they just had people look at the symbol of IBM, the symbol of of Apple, and they did one where they showed the commercials. In both cases, after showing them those for just 30 seconds and giving them a creativity test, the people that watched the Apple commercial or looked at the Apple symbol, which was Think Differently, Those people scored 20% higher in creativity tests. So priming is a way to train your brain so that you get the most out of that day. And for the time of the answer here, rather than try to explain it to you, it's just 10 minutes a day. I start my day, I do a breathing process. I'll give you a link in a moment, so I'm not taking up time for you right now. You want to do it, you can do it. And then you do 3 things. For 3 minutes, you focus on things you're grateful for. 3 different moments that you step in and feel. And the power of that is that gratitude, as corny as it sounds, it destroys the 2 things that mess up your life: anger and fear. You can't be fearful and grateful simultaneously. You can't be angry and grateful simultaneously. So you do 3 of those, then you have 3 minutes of kind of a blessing or prayer, and then 3 minutes of focusing on the 3 things that I call the 3 to thrive, the 3 things you want to achieve most, but you don't think about it. You see them as done and fulfilled and you experience. I'm giving you the cliff notes on it. Go to TonyRobbins.com/priming. TonyRobbins.com/priming. And there's a video there that's free for you. It'll show you how to do it if you like to do it. I do it every day. It's just 10 minutes. If you don't have 10 minutes for yourself, you don't have a life. And if you want to maximize your life, you got to concentrate your power. People ask me all the time, but is it possible I've got too many goals going on? And how do I get more clarity and purpose? Well, first of all, yes, you can have too many goals. When you develop your skills, you can expand. It's kind of like the biggest mistake young businessmen and women make is they're getting their company going and then they get a new idea. They start a new company. And they got 3 companies and none of them are profitable, but they tell everybody, I'm an entrepreneur. No, you're entrepreneurial. You're not an entrepreneur because you're not successful yet. And the reason it's like saying, I got 1 child, so let me get 3 more. I'm not good at raising 1 kid, let me get 3 more and see if I can do better. You split your focus. So in the beginning, once again, you want to concentrate your power. You want to really put your focus on, number 1, how do I maximize the business I have? And it's always exciting to see something else that seems easier or better margin. So I always tell people you have 2 businesses you got to work on. These should be your goals in business. Focusing on maximizing the business I'm in, whatever it is, and really finding the treasure that's really in there. And also focusing on the business that you're going to become. If you're only focusing on the business you become or some new business, the business you have doesn't have the cash flow, doesn't get the result. If you only focus on the business you're in, you don't anticipate competition, and you're probably not going to grow at some point or you're going to run into trouble. So I'm a big believer in concentration of power, but I teach a formula or a system called RPM. It's a results-focused, purpose-driven, massive action plan. And RPM's like in a car. If you increase the RPMs, you can get from point A to point B faster. And what'll get you there faster is clarity of what it is you're really after. And most people, when they plan their day, they go, what do I need to do? Wrong question. It's not a bad question. It's just like there's always more you can do than there is hours in the day. So you're going to end up with so many things you're trying to accomplish. What I tell people is get focused on what do you really want? And I really have people focusing their week on what are those 3 to 5 to thrive? What are the 3 to 5 most important outcomes that I need to get? Not the to-dos. Because if you know the target, what you're after, so oftentimes you make a to-do list, you don't get all the to-do lists, but you might find a shortcut to get you the result you want quicker. So the R is, what's the result I'm after? What do I really want? And then, second question is, why do I want it? What's the purpose? Because you need, purpose is stronger than object. You say, I want to make, $1 billion, $1 million. Why? It sounds exciting, but if it's, I want to buy a house for my mom, I want to do, I want to have this plane so that I can take my family anywhere when we want, whatever it is, the juice is in the why. So always write down, what am I really after? What's the target? Why do I want it? And then I create the M in RPM, the massive action plan. That's the map. And I write down everything I think it might take to accomplish that. And then I come down and go, I'm not going to do all that. So what are the 20% of the things on my list that'll give me 80% of the results? And so it keeps me focused on having too many goals. I'm clear of the outcome instead of getting busy in the to-dos, because most people mistake movement for achievement. You don't want to fall into that trap. As far as where to find your goals, get around where it's better and let something hit you. Get around people that are on fire. Get around people that love what they do. Get around people that have passion. Try different things and you'll get stimulated. And I don't think it's bad to have a long list of goals. It's just, you got to stagger them. And so, people come to my Day by Destiny, we have them lay out goals for the next 1, 5, 10, and 20 years. And we have them in their body and their emotions, relationship, their finance, all these areas. But then we funnel it down to what are the top 4 goals for this next 12 months and why you're going to do it and what's it going to take and what's the plan. That's the area to get yourself concentrated so you really get the result you want. Because otherwise, again, you're going to find yourself doing a lot of action, a lot of movement, but not a lot of achievement or fulfillment. So, people often say, I know I should be a lifelong learner, but how do I do that? And is it really that important? And, how do I apply that to my life? Well, when I was writing Money Master the Game, my first financial book, I interviewed 50 of the smartest financial people in the world, and I asked them all, what is the secret to wealth? What does it take to succeed? Or what's the best or most important investment you've ever made? And I heard this over and over again, but Warren Buffett, probably the best guy to quote, when I asked him, what's the best investment you ever made? He said, Tony, it's what you do. And I said, well, I do a lot of things. He said, it's what you teach. I said, I teach a lot of things. He goes, it's really the understanding that you have to keep developing yourself. He said, Tony, I went to Dale Carnegie. That was more valuable than any other investment I've made in my life because it taught me how to think and how to communicate. He goes, all my ideas would have just died in my head. They never would have made it in the world unless I could communicate, persuade, influence, touch people. He said, so that to me is the most important investment. If you increase your capability, if you throughout your life keep learning, keep retooling, keep expanding who you are, you become more valuable. My teacher Jim Rohn used to say, we're all equal in the eyes of God, but we're not equal in the marketplace. What makes you more valuable in the marketplace is allows you to go from, I don't know, could a person make 5 times as much money in the same time? Tell me, could a person make 10 times as much? Could a person make 100 times as much money? You know the answer is yes, but you've got to become 10, 20, or 100 times more valuable. In other words, you got to think, what does the marketplace need? And I need to develop lifelong learning in the development of myself, but also in the development of my skills that'll make me more valuable in the marketplace. So whatever I do makes sense. It's like people go to college and they say they want to have an extraordinary life for their family, and they pick a subject that really doesn't have a job associated to it in the current economy. The economy's changing. Now's the time to anticipate. And if you're going to be a lifelong learner, probably the fastest way to change your life and get into that is realize it doesn't require you taking a bunch of separate time. Just use what I call net time, no extra time. If you're focused on, let's say, listening, I read books, but I've also used audio so much of my life now. And the reason is because when I was driving in my car, when I'm working out, when I'm, running around the house, I can play and have this university on wheels, especially in my car, where there's no other distractions. I'm taking this education in, but it doesn't take any extra time. And so that's, to me, the best way to be a lifelong learner is use net time, but also pursue skill sets that'll take you to another level. Matters is what do you think, what do you believe, and what do you act on, and what are your skills? The fastest way to reinvent yourself is go get some new skills, some new ability. Retool yourself. Say, what does the marketplace need? Once again, I make $40 a week as a janitor, and then, I have days where I get paid $1 million in a day to get up and speak. That's a big jump from where I was, and that economic jump was, how can I help millions of people? How do I help, now I have a seminar that's, my biggest seminars now are 50 and 65,000 people. I'm doing football stadiums. So my average seminars, 12, 15,000 people. And I'm taking them for 4 days and nights, and I'm adding massive value. But I can only do that not because I marketed myself or I reinvented myself. It's because I retooled. I got more tools. I got more skills. So even with all that I've known for 41 years I've been doing this. About 5-6 years ago, 7 years ago I guess now, when we had the big crash in 2008, about 2010 I kept thinking somebody's going to do something nobody had, and I retooled myself. I knew a ton about finance. I've worked with Paul Tudor Jones, one of the top 10 financial traders for, at that point, almost 20 years, or 17, 18 years. Now it's been, 23 years. And so I knew a lot. I knew most people ever meet. In 2008, when people were getting crushed, I made a couple, $2.3 million in the fall of 2008 when all hell's breaking loose. You can make more money when it's burning down than going up. I knew a lot. But I decided to really help people at a different level. What if I have access to the smartest financial people in the world? What if I interviewed 50 of the smartest people in the world, did a 2, 3, 4, 5-year study to figure out they're all different. What do they do in common? And how can I teach people that? How can I apply it to my own life? Well, it reinvented me. I was already doing finance, but people began to realize this man knows what he's doing because I brought the smartest minds in the world. I got access and interviewed some people that hadn't been interviewed in 5 or 6, 7 years that everybody's after. And how did I do it? I added value. First of all, I donated 100% of the value of the book. All the income to that book, if you didn't know it, goes to Feeding America. We've fed now 400 million people in 4 years, 400 million meals in 4 years. We're going to feed 1 billion over the next 6 years. And that book was part of the start of that. But I've said, how do I do more for others others than anybody else does, and what skills, what insights, what tools do I need to do that? And so I pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and over 5 years, holy shit, what I learned not only allowed me to write a #1 best-selling book, it's the best-selling financial book of this 2 decades of this century. It's only 18 years of this century, but still, the financial area has had huge impact for people. But I also got to learn this for myself. And I took my companies that were doing $100 million companies into $1 billion companies. I mean, I'm fortunate now to have 54 companies. Together they have over $6 billion in annual sales or revenue. So all those growth factors came because success leaves clues. I learned what the best are doing. So don't think of, the idea of reinventing yourself as I'm going to do some marketing. Think of reinventing yourself as retooling yourself, and also figure out what new beliefs do I need, what new actions, what new skills, what new abilities. That's how you'll know. And how to retool yourself, how to know is if you're not getting what you want, you need to retool yourself, you need to reinvent. I always wanted to be a professional athlete, and I wasn't that talented. We didn't have any money. I couldn't even join Little League and things like that until I was older. And my father was a semi-pro baseball player, my fourth father. And so I worked so hard to do this. I was, he'd hit ground balls to me, hundreds of them until I bled because they pumped me in the face, and he'd say, go for it, have some moxie. It really helped develop me as a young boy and as a young man. But when I got cut from the junior high school baseball team, and I had this plan, I'm going to go to USC, I'm going to get a college scholarship in baseball, and then journalism or whatever, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to, become a minor league player, a major league player. Well, when you don't make the junior high school team, and I was the star student of the coach who was a science teacher, I was the best. And I got cut the last cut. I cut all my hair off because he was so obsessed by that stuff, and I got cut. It was a pitcher and a shortstop. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing with my life? So I retooled. I said, okay, I love sports. I want to be in the environment. I'll be a sportscaster, a sports writer. So I took a typing class. I took a shorthand class, the only book in the shorthand class I could take notes. I started writing to the Los Angeles Dodgers, and I got a job at a weekly newspaper and then a daily newspaper. And then I was doing it so much that my mom, we had a volatile relationship at that stage, and she said, you're not home to take care of things. So she, right in the middle of me getting on a daily newspaper, she took away my opportunity. She said, you're coming home every day, your job's done. And so I retooled again. I took a speaking class at school, and eventually that teacher said, you really should compete. And all that eventually led to where I am today. So, God's delays are not God's denials. Trust that. And just know that whatever life brings you, life is working for you. Even the problems will make you stronger. Even the challenges will get you to care more. Don't ever let the moment define you. You're more than anything you're going to experience in any moment in your life. Trust in God, trust in yourself, and take massive action. Trust in God and tie up your camels, they say, right? You don't want to just pray. You got to do your part. Faith without works is dead. So there's lots of pathways, and it's going to continue to evolve over your whole life. But I hope you'll tap into the faith of knowing that at some level you're guided if you're willing to do your part. God bless.